Making stubs in MLB The Show 24 is hard. So why do so many people have so many stubs? Like, some guys are out here making 50K stubs a day, 50,000 stubs. Do you want to know how? They're flipping. But they're not just flipping anything. They're using a very specific method. And the best part about this method is there's zero risk. Like, you can't lose. And we're going to teach you. So without further ado,
what is flipping? What makes this no risk, and why is this the best method? Essentially, flipping is like buying something on Facebook Marketplace and selling it for a higher price to make profit. In MLB The Show, we do the same thing but with cards. What makes this method no risk is that we focus on cards that are close to quick sell value. So if the market crashes or you need stubs back ASAP, you can sell the cards back at the price that you bought them. This is proven to be one of the best stub making methods because it does the work for you and literally allows you to make stubs in your sleep. Before we get started, I strongly recommend downloading the MLB The Show companion app. It's not necessary, but it's free to download and it will make this method 100 times easier. Step 1. Find cards near quick sell value. To do this, we're going to utilize ShowZone's flipping tool, which I'll link in the description below. Click on Market tab and let's go to flipping. Now, if you haven't been here before, I definitely encourage you to explore it and experiment with all of its features. We're going to go to filters and click on this little tab right here. This is going to do all the work for us and only show cards that are within 5% of their quick sell value. And once you've done that, there's a couple different ways we can do this. One way is to go back to the filters tab and only show diamond cards that are close to quick sell value. Diamond cards that are close to quick sell are fun to flip and will return a decent amount of stubs, but will ultimately be more expensive to buy because they are diamond cards. Now the other option is to buy lower rarity cards in bulk. So let's go back into the filters tab and only look at bronze cards that are close to quick sell value. You can see that these cards are a lot cheaper, allowing us to buy higher quantities of these cards. This process might take a bit more patience than the diamond option, but it will ultimately be just as effective and is more affordable for those who may not have a lot of stubs. Step 2. Now that we know what to look for, it's time to Let's now take a look into which cards we want to flip. And remember, the buy and sell process for diamond cards and bronze cards are the exact same. But diamond cards are going to be more expensive, so you'll only be able to buy a handful, where bronze cards are a lot cheaper, so you'll have to buy them in bulk. If we take a look at diamond cards, you can see that Vladdy G is a good no-risk card to flip right now, but the average Joe is only going to be able to buy a handful of him. For the sake of this video, I'm going to show you guys how to flip with bronze cards, and this personally is my favorite way to do it. Alright, so now it's time to find us a bronze card to flip. You guys should know where everything is by now. It's going to be in this filters tab. Make sure your quick sell switch is on, and then when we go to rarity, select bronze. Apply the filters and boom. All of our bronze cards are going to be on the left hand side here. And I should mention, if you want to really take advantage of your investments, be sure to check out the columns at the top here. You've got a daily trend, profit percentage. This is going to give you a really good indication on your return of investment. Sales per minute. If you're impatient like me and you want a card that sells a lot, a higher sales per minute is what you'll be looking for. And then you've got profit per minute on the right hand side here as well. So let's take a look. Really, because this is no risk, you can choose any card you want. It's not like, if you've got a daily trend that's negative or a card that you don't think is going to sell a lot, it doesn't matter because like I said, this is no risk. So if your investments aren't going through, you can always quick sell and get all of your stubs back. So we can really pick anybody. I'm going to go with, I'm a Jays fan. So you know what? Let's do Nate Pearson. Okay. So Nate Pearson is quick selling for 25 and you can buy him for 25. Okay. And then once you buy him, you can sell him for 83. That's a pretty good profit right there. Okay. So let's take this to the companion app and we'll go from there. Once you're in the companion app, we're going to head on over to the marketplace and look up our card. Nate Pearson. Boom. Big Nate. There he is. In the bottom right hand corner, you're going to open up the menu and create buy/sell order. Now we know that Nate quick sells for 25 stubs, so we're going to put our buy order in for 25 stubs. And once you've done that, all you're going to do is hammer that finalize order button. Now you can do this while watching TV, walking your dog, brushing your teeth, before going to bed, and it won't take you more than 5 minutes to get at least 100 orders in. Like you can see within the last 20 seconds of me talking, I've already got 10 orders in. It's really that easy. And once you've got your orders in, you're basically just going to let them sit and let those orders fill. If you made it through step 2, step 3 is going to be a breeze, because it's the exact same process, only this time we're going to put sell orders in. Nate Pearson is currently buying at 41 stubs. So just like before, we're going to go into the menu and create a buy/sell order. Because he's buying at 41 stubs, I'm going to put my orders in at 40, making my price the current buy price. And just like last time, we're going to slam the sell button until all of our orders are on the market.
Hey guys, Jeremy jumping in here. That's really all there is to no risk flipping. You're buying cards near quick sell in bulk and then selling those cards later on for a profit. But we see a lot of the same questions about this method come up, especially in our Discord. So I want to answer some of those questions and share some tips that we've learned along the way. Before I do that, I want to encourage everyone watching this video to join our Discord. If you have any questions about flipping or about MLB The Show in general, there's a lot of really helpful people in that community and we'd love for you to be part of it. One of the questions we get a lot is how many orders should I be making, or how many orders should I be making per card? And honestly, this is kind of a tricky one to answer because it's going to depend on how much time you want to put into this, and how many stubs you're trying to make and how fast you're really trying to make those stubs. But generally speaking, if you're doing the bronze method, you're probably going to want to put in between 100 and 250 orders per card. If you're doing the diamond method, it's really going to depend a little bit more on your bankroll, on exactly how many orders you're putting in per card. But the more important thing is to make sure you're spreading out your bankroll. You don't want to put your entire bankroll into one card, because then if you get undercut or that particular card just isn't selling a lot, then you don't have any orders going in and out. You really want to have as many orders moving as possible. So me personally, I do the bronze method and I try to keep my orders maxed. The max orders you can do is 5,000 orders. So the more you can keep that max, the more orders you have going in and out, the more stubs you're going to be making. A question we get a lot, and I think this one really frustrates people that are new to this method, is what do I do if I get undercut? And by that we mean you put in your orders and someone comes in and puts in an order that's better than yours, meaning it's going to take longer for your order to fill. The example you're seeing here is I put in a bunch of orders at 77 and someone's coming in and putting orders at 76, meaning it's going to take longer to get to my orders at 77. This is going to happen, guys. This is going to happen a lot. And it's why it's so important that you're spreading your stubs out across multiple cards. You really want to make sure that you have orders going in and out all the time. And if you're spreading out your bankroll across multiple cards, you're not going to be worried if you get blocked by a few hundred cards, because you'll have other cards moving. It's a waste of your time to cancel your orders and relist them. It will eventually get to your orders. And if it doesn't, just cancel them out maybe once a week. Go to theshow.com. That's the fastest way to cancel out orders. Just go to your oldest orders and start canceling them out that way. Don't spend time babysitting these. You are going to get undercut. It's just going to happen. It's part of how this method works. Other people are going to undercut you. Don't stress about it. Focus on other cards. That's all I can say about that. The last thing I want to touch on is how many stubs you can really make using the no risk flipping method. As you saw with the bronzes, you're not making a lot of stubs per flip. Maybe between 25 and 75 stubs per order, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're doing it in bulk, it can add up and add up fast. With just 200 orders at 25 stubs per order, and again, that's on the lower end of things. Generally, you're going to be making between 25 and 75 stubs profit per order, but let's just use the lower end of things. You're already making 5,000 stubs in profit. And 200 orders really isn't that hard. That's just a couple of cards. That's a couple of bronzes, maybe even just one bronze. So with those numbers in mind, you can really start to see how guys are pulling down 50,000 or more a day using this completely no risk method. I'm really not sure there's a better way to make stubs this year. And if you guys have any questions about this, drop a comment, jump in our Discord. we're happy to help.
This is by far the safest and most efficient way to make stubs in MLB The Show, and by committing just 5 minutes a day, your stubs will multiply drastically. To get started, click the link in the description of this video to head straight to the flipping page at showzone.gg. While you're there, take a look at some of the amazing tools and features that you cannot find anywhere else, like the player database, card flipping tool, collection tracker, mini games, and way more. It all starts at showzone.gg.